Hello and welcome to TlamaMystic. This is my channel for all things spirituality, all things tarot, all things psychic, and all things mediumship. Anyways, today we are doing the monthly reading for August. I do apologize for this coming out late. I did end up getting sick again. So with that, we'll just go with it. So for this month we have 4 new decks. To you they're new, but to me I've had them for a while. So this is our tarot deck, and the rest of these, this is a tarot deck but can be considered an oracle deck, another oracle deck, and another oracle deck. So the theme of the month that they're showing me, and it is also in relation to the Venus retrograde that we have, is related to self-care and the realignment of self. So with that said, we will start off with the tarot. And at the end of this video, I will be showing each of these individual decks. So I have their boxes here. This one's a little torn up, I apologize. But I will be showing their boxes at the end if you do have a particular deck that you like. That way you know what the name of the deck is, so you can find it for your own pleasure, for own use and pleasure. So the main card for this month from the tarot, the way that I pull the cards is the format will be the main card for the month, and then each succeeding card, there should be 6 total from this deck, where 1 card will equal 1 week, and that is the theme for the week. However, we have an overarching theme of the main card for the month. Each of these cards will correlate to a specific each of these decks will correlate to a specific area in your life. This is self-care. This will be meditation, so things where you will have to slow down and take your time in and make sure that you do not stay in your emotional energy, and just things to look out for. This is the Angel Power card deck. So things that you will have to be more mindful of, kind of like the bigger picture, if you are lacking a bigger picture at the moment. With that said, let's get started with the monthly overall arcane theme of August. Oh, hello. The 5 of Cups. It'll be overall arcane theme of 5 of Cups. So usually 5 of Cups is meant to be, I hear it as a surrender card, so there might be some things that you have to surrender. If this is past experiences, past relationships, things that have no longer served you, but you're still mourning them, even if it may have taken quite some time to be there for you to still mourn after them. Spirit is asking you for the theme of this month to finally let go of these things that have no longer worked for you in the past, and to look forward to the future where you still have new cups. Not in this card, but they're showing me a different card. You have new cups that you can look forward to and ensure that they will not spill, and they actually overflow with energies that help provide the help overflow, and they fill your cup as well. So this is week 1, week 2, week 3. Ooh, week 3 is very nice. And when I split the deck, I saw that card. I saw the strength card in the split. Week 4 theme. Week 5 theme. And week 6. Why did I say week 6? 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I said week 6, but we'll take it as the end of the month. So overall theme of the month, each week here is the theme of the week, and then this is the ending, the closing out of the month. We'll roll like that. So we'll keep that there. This is your self-care for the month. And then again, as each week we do the weekly readings, each week we'll have a different self-care. But your overall arcing theme for self-care for the month will be here. I would not be surprised if a lot of you have also been having struggle with sleep. This is what is happening with me. I have been having a very difficult time having a regular sleep schedule, and now my body is catching up with it. They're telling me, like, not that I'm not spirit, but like my body is literally like, you're getting sick because you don't take care of yourself. So this is, if you're having trouble with sleep, if you're having trouble just taking care of yourself, this month would be very beneficial for you to start your self-care and be very, very careful. So what is the self-care suggestion for the month? The crow. Okay. Put that there. I'm not hearing anything else. Up here. This would be your meditation card, as mentioned earlier. What is the suggested meditation that you should try? Okay, well, that was fast. Intercollect. Okay, intercollect unification. Put that there. Okay, and lastly, this is the overarching angel power card. So I might have messed up how I said it earlier, but this will be the, if there's an angel associated to these cards, this is your angel for the month. Otherwise, this is the power that you should harness throughout the month. But these cards are too big for my hands. I don't think I'd be able to. These cards are too big. I'll have to figure out a different way to shuffle these because they're too big for my hands. There we go. Thank you. Angel card of the month is gratitude. Okay, so with that out of the way, let me get you in closer so you can get a more detailed view of these cards and I can start the reading. Okay, so the way that I do readings, this is the same setup as I do this first Friday. Since you're facing the other side of the table, I will flip them to you as I read them. So since we've already read the Five of Cups, I will have the flip to you. All right, let's continue. So for the first week, it is the King of Wands, but it is the King of Wands reversed facing you. So this first of the week, we might start off with a little bit of a limp. We might start off a little bit with like a false start. So if we thought we have started something, we thought we were ready to start, we might have found out, oh, I forgot, for example, my laptop bag. Oh, I forgot my keys. I forgot just something minor. It's kind of like a minor inconvenience for the start of the month and also for the start of this week. So there's a lot of pitfalls. There's a lot of sudden, kind of like, not jerk moments, but just like take back moments. Like, oh, wait a minute, I actually forgot this. Second week, we have Seven of Coins. This is Seven of Coins upright. So we are experiencing, I'm seeing a bunch of grapes. So I am seeing that we have a, whatever happened here, this little pratfall, this little like slip and fall, like, oops. It's not related to this, but it does lead up to this. So with the grapes that I do see, usually when I see grapes, it's just like fertility. It's a lot of like abundance. It's a lot of digestible wholeness. Like I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. So it's a lot of luxury. You could say luxury, but it's also just a lot of like not laziness. How do I word it? They're really sticking with the grapes, so you might need to wash grapes if you actually buy grapes this second week. They're asking you to consider either both hydration. Well, I'm asking you to consider hydration because it's very hot, especially where I live. But they're also asking you to add a little bit of subtlety in what you do in everyday life. So with the grapes in the water, they're just plunging a bunch of grapes in the cup. So pretend I have this cup right here. Pretend I just throw a bunch of grapes in there. They're asking you to do something that's a little bit out of the norm, but it will be beneficial for you and it will be entertaining for you. That's this second week. This third week, you have the Strength card. Trying to figure out. Some of you watching this might have birthdays during this third week, and this might be it's either a celebration of some sort. Could be an anniversary. For me, not potentially, because I wasn't potentially born that day, but for me, I do have my birthday on the 16th of this month. So yay, happy birthday to me. But I do see that there's a lot of celebrations for you as well. For some of you, you might not be, if you have Leo placements, you might not be the quote-unquote stereotypical Leo where they have a ton of friend groups, just like Libras, and they able to rock these friend groups. You could just be like me, where you're a little bit more on the reserved side, where you have very, very close friends, and you have a lot of acquaintances, but you have very, very extremely close friends, and you'll be celebrating with those extremely close friends. It could even be outdoors. It could be somewhere that you haven't explored yet, somewhere new. And as you're celebrating with your friends and or family, there's a start of a new energy coming up for you for this upcoming year. So if you haven't, I would suggest getting an astrologist to look at your solar return for this year. It would be a recommendation to get your solar return for your birthday for this coming year. Week 4, we have Judgment. I'll give you a sec. They're highlighting the books here, so you might be returning to school for some of you that are students. Not the younger group, but also just anybody in general returning to classes. This would coincide because August is generally the month, September generally the month of people and students returning to classes, no matter what the age group is. So they are really highlighting the books here. And they're also highlighting this tree. I should bring it up, I apologize. They're also highlighting this tree right here. So when I see this tree, it's something in the future that will be beneficial for you. So they're also showing me the scenery of this tree, and it's also starting to sprout and it's starting to grow color. So there can be, why did I get a flashback to Undertale? That's weird. Okay. There's going to be a journey for you ahead, and you can take it any way you want. This would be the week where it starts. You start to get little bits and pieces of information related to this journey that you're on. They're not really highlighting the dragon here, and they're not really highlighting the lightning or anything else here, but mainly just this tree and this book. So you'll want to be mindful of this week in order and not take notes, but just kind of observe what hints and tidbits you're getting for the year ahead that's coming up for you. And lastly, we have the 5th week, the 6 of Swords. They're just showing me the hormone monster from Big Mouth, but the female one, and she's going bubble butt. Yeah. I haven't seen Big Mouth in a long time. Maybe they're telling you to watch Big Mouth. But you could also be needing a bubble bath here. You have 6 of Swords. I can't remember the exact image for 6 of Swords, even though it's right here, so give me a quick second. They're highlighting the tail of this dragon right here, so you could be riding the tail end of either a person or an event, and you're just finally closing out the chapter there. You could also be, let me see. I'm hearing this is like heavily related to the Venus in retrograde, this right here. It's the tail end of either the last half of the Venus retrograde, or if it's just like you have to backtrack somewhere to get to the side of the dragon, refix that issue, and then you're able to go back to the end and jump off that dragon. So this could be related to women in your life, because they're highlighting the bubbles, and these 2 bubbles have sparkles, but it also looks basically like like the Venus sign, like the female sign. So this could be related to a talk you've had with two women. It could be I'm hearing 2 co-workers, 2 friends. I'm also seeing images of school. So some of you that are in school, this could be related to either teachers or classmates. You might not. It's one of these is more important than the other. It's not to say that both aren't important, but one of these will have a more of an impact for you than the other. Excuse me. One of these will have more of an impact for you than the other. Okay, and then to close out the month, we have Three of Cups. This is giving me September energy, which of course September will be coming up next month, but this is giving heavy September energy. So but towards the end of the month, you might be planning something in September. This does look to be last minute, but it does look to be fun. I would recommend being very mindful of who you plan this with. They're showing me an image of a former friend and some other current friends where we had a terrible incident with the friend that we no longer associate with, and Spirit is suggesting that you be very mindful of finding out who they really are during this trip, during this little not excabber, excuse me, during this little trip of yours, or during this little just time together. Just be very mindful of what you tell them and how they react, and be very, very extremely mindful of the 1 or 2 people that cause unnecessary drama just for their own benefit. So be extremely mindful of who you take care of and who you are with towards the end of this month. I believe August does have two full moons, so that would make sense. Be very mindful. Okay, so this is the week, or excuse me, these are the weeks. Overall theme, ending a theme. So your meditation card is intergalactic communication. So for those of you that have seen this channel and have maybe not seen this channel, but for those of you that are interested in talking to spirits on the other side, or just higher beings, I am releasing a series this month related to mediumship. So with mediumship, you get to talk to spirits. With mediumship, you get to interact with spirits. You get to understand who they are. You receive messages and you can relay them. So this month will be a good time to practice meditation relating to mediumship. So if you are interested in that, I am releasing shorts this month related to that. I should be releasing longer videos, but I will have to start, I believe, on the 13th because I got sick again. And I have to wait for this to leave before I can give out meditations and stuff, so. Excuse me. Okay, so next up we have the Crow. And please bear with me because I am not familiar with the Harmony deck. So before we get here, let me see. They're asking you to slow down this month for self-care. For your self-care this month, they are asking you to slow down. They are also asking you to take time out to meditate and mediate on what you would like to see in the future. So they're showing me the paper and they're showing me the time and the paper very, very immensely. I just did this before this recording. They're asking you to write petitions. They're asking you to write down what you want to see in the future, and to either use the types of modalities that you have. So if you're fire dominant like I am, to burn this petition and burn it with intentions of receiving whatever you had written into this petition. So they're asking you to slow down, take your time, and make sure to ground yourself. They're showing me the crow's feet right here. For some of you, you could be night owls, so you might be working best during the nighttime, but it would be suggested to actually take this time to just sleep like the crow. They're not highlighting the crow very well. They're just showing that the crow is like asleep. So they're asking you to use your night times as rest periods. They're asking you to take your time and use it wisely, especially during the night times. If you do intend on staying up, it would be a good suggestion to practice emailing. You can email yourself. Practice writing letters to yourself. What your future goals are, what your planning phases are, what you plan to do, and also to make strategies. This is me now. Also to make strategies so that way your plans can actually go through. Okay, back to spirit. now would be a good time to plan. That's the overarching self-care theme of the month. Now is the time to plan. Okay, so let me see. Here we go. 16, the crow. Decisions, disagreement, good judgment. The crow represents a conflict within yourself or concerning a major area of your life. This comes with choices, and you will need to make the fairest judgment for yourself as well as for those who will be affected by the decision. This may involve being pulled in two directions, and you might need to reflect on areas of your life that you have never contemplated before. A crow can be unpredictable, and the outcome of your choices might be difficult to foresee. This tug of war might last a while, but that will give you the time to make a sensible and considered decision. Inform yourself on the possible outcomes of your decisions, but also give your brain opportunities to switch off and relax. It is a good idea to turn to healthy coping mechanisms such as therapeutic tasks, reading, exercising, journaling, yoga, and long walks to help you process your thoughts. So yes, like I mentioned earlier, it would be a good idea to just take time to rest during the nighttime. So it doesn't necessarily mean as soon as it's dark, just go straight to bed. It does also mean you can journal, you can meditate, you can do yoga, you can exercise, but obviously don't go hard, balls to the wall exercising. You just something light so you can get some rest. This can help if you have restless minds. If you have a restless mind, this can help you start to wind down and actually go to bed. So that's the overarching self-care theme of the month. So your angel power card is gratitude. So pray for what you need, but be grateful for what you have already received. So again, if you're looking to bring in more abundance, more blessings, just more things in your life, it doesn't always have to be material, but I'm hearing for most of you it is going to be material things. It would be a very, very good idea to start practicing gratitude. One of the things that I use, and that Spirit's also telling me to tell you, is to have a gratitude journal. So with these gratitude journals, you can just buy like a composition notebook. They're cheap right now. And in that gratitude journal, actually I should do that with mine. In the gratitude journal, basically what you do is you just write the date of the day and you pick 3 things that you are grateful for that day, and then just continue that way. And if you want to get more like picky of it, 3 things for the week, 3 things for the month, and then 3 things for the year, things like that. It doesn't always have to be 3, but that's what I started with. You pick 3 things and then you just go from there. So it would be a great idea for most of you to do that gratitude journal. It would also be a great idea for most of you to just start the morning off with, I am very grateful for having a new opportunity. I'm grateful for what happened yesterday. I'm grateful for what's going to happen now, things like that. So you don't have to do it 24/7, but it would be very helpful for you during this period of time during this month of August, to just be grateful for the things that you have and be grateful for where you are now and for the lessons that you've learned. Okay, so with that said, this is your monthly reading for August. I do not have a charm box. They're showing me a charm box, so I will have to invest in one later on down the road. But anyways, this is your monthly reading for the month. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or thoughts about this reading, please leave any of your comments, comments, questions, thoughts, or concerns in the comments, and I will respond promptly. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I wish you the best of luck this month. These are the decks that I used from left to right. It is Dragon Tarot, the Harmony Tarot, a deck for growth and healing and self-care, Angel Power Wisdom cards, and the Visions of the Soul Meditation and Portal cards.